Welcome to Nacho Average Cinema. I am Pepper,
And I'm Zach.
and today I will be predicting WrestleMania 42 1 year out, or 1 year out, as it is written there. This is predicting not the outcomes of matches, not putting that pressure on, just what matches will be on the card. We are each doing this, so stay subscribed and put on notifications so you can hear when Zach does his predictions. It'll probably be maybe a week from now. But yeah, going for 15 match card here. So we had every championship defended, plus four more matches I think that left us. But usually not all the titles are defended, but felt like the way to do it.
Yeah, I thought that was a fair way to do it to at least give it a chance because I think it's so hard to know which titles will be on the line. But yeah, definitely got to stay tuned for mine because mine will be the correct predictions.
Yes.
But we'll
Yes.
see. I have not seen Peppers yet, so I will see. Maybe he has the same exact matches as I do.
Yes, and I don't know what you got. So I hope there's some crossover. I feel like there could probably be up to maybe four maximum if we go crazy, but I think it's probably going to be one or two.
I would agree.
Okay, so I start off. Let's go with the Women's Intercontinental Championship match. I have a triple threat, which will kind of be a running theme here. You want to get as many people on the card as possible. It's such a stacked roster. I thought this one kind of made sense. I went with the Asians. All the Asians, Asuka, Io Sky, and Kairi Sane, former members of Damage Control. I think they were all in there. Former Kabuki Warriors. And I thought, how do we keep Io Sky? If I didn't have her in the main title picture, keep her kind of, she's pretty popular now after this last WrestleMania. I'd give her the IC title in this one, probably walk in as champion. And I'm like, I'd really like to see a triple threat of the three of them. I think it could be a really great match. I don't know if they're going to do it, but there's at least some reason that you could do it.
Yeah, it's interesting. I had never thought of these three facing off in a triple threat before, but now that I see this, I'm very interested. Um, so yeah, I don't know if they actually have ever fought.
Yeah.
I don't definitely don't think as a triple threat, but um, I'll give a little spoiler for mine. My intercontinental women's intercontinental championship match is also a triple threat match. Spoiler: none
Oh,
of these three women are in it.
oh boy. Spoiler, big tease. It's hooking us in. Um, but yeah,
And I will also say I like this match better than mine.
so that means we're probably gonna get your match, more likely. Knowing how they treat the women's mid-card titles.
Very seriously.
And we move on to the men's Intercontinental Championship, and this one kind of ties into, I guess I will jump to it. This is AJ Styles versus Ethan Page. What does he do? He points, he smiles, he's all ego from NXT. People say he's main roster ready. I'm like, put him up there. I could see this being a match. And also in my head, Ethan Page, a lot of people have mentioned him as an option to join the new Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker, Paul Heyman kind of faction. So I'm like, people are thinking he's one of the top options. So I'll use that again to maybe help myself here to maybe be a little more accurate and put him in the mid-card title picture.
Hmm. Yeah, I did not look too much into NXT to be fair. For mine, I may have looked to other promotions for some of my matches more than NXT, so that probably makes mine more likely to be wrong. But yeah, I think this one could definitely be a match that would happen. It seems like it makes sense. Uh, but yeah, the only thing I question is with AJ Styles having maybe one or two left in him, is that who he faces? Is that who he faces?
That's
Maybe.
also why it seemed right, because it wasn't as big a match for AJ as I would have wanted.
AJ never gets the big matches.
Oh my goodness, his mix of WrestleMania matches is pretty wild for how unwild it is. But hopefully he wins in this one and can at least do that. He was not able to last year. Okay, and then we move on to a tag team match, a triple threat tag team match. We got two triple threat matches already. This is for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships, the what is it, WWE or World, whichever one it is, the good-looking ones. And this has DIY still in the title picture. Fraxium just recently debuted on the main roster. They're going to be in it. People say they're one of the best teams in NXT history. And I thought, get Trick Williams up on the main roster. I think he used to be tied with Mello at a certain point before they feuded. Don't know why I went with them versus teams that are actually together on the main roster, but that's what I was feeling. It gives a very NXT vibe to this match.
Yeah, it definitely does. So you didn't think Mello would be still teaming with Miz at this point,
Nope,
then,
nope.
or
I think Mello's gonna leave
or do you
Miz.
think or do you think the Miz is going to be managing these two?
That's true. The Miz could be man. Miz is probably gonna get be a fourth team in here. He's gonna go find some other random person.
Our team with our truth one more
There
time.
you go. No matter how many times he turns on our truth, truth will keep coming back.
So I miss it. Was this just a triple threat? Was a TLC? No
I
stipulation.
mean, yeah, make it a TLC. Why not make it a TLC?
Give the fans what they didn't get this year.
That's true. I think they could do it just because of the outrage from this year. So fingers crossed they get this stipulation and throw in a couple more teams. I was like, I could throw in Street Profits. I could throw in pretty much everybody, every team, but tried to hold back. But we'll see. And we go on to the Raw Tag Division, the division that still I think wouldn't deserve to be on the WrestleMania card, even with my slight even fantasy booking of this, and that is Akira Tozawa and Otis. Hopefully winning or retaining or whatever against the Creed brothers, or I guess what is it, American Made and Alpha Academy. So kind of Chad Gable's two teams. I didn't really think of that. I just thought these are two teams, but
I thought
really,
that's what you were going based off. I'm like, oh, are they fighting for the titles and Chad, or is he going to be a special guest referee?
so maybe Chad Gable. He did not make the card, so maybe he's in here somewhere. Maybe going back and forth as to where his loyalties lie. Maybe we can throw that little bit of booking in there. But I think I was inspired by some of your fantasy booking from last year, where you kind of thought, or at least you've recently said, you kind of want some big things for Otis and Akira, and I've seen them facing Gunther, and I'm like, I would like to see that. So it's maybe a little bit more of what I want versus what's actually in their future.
Oh boy. Another huge spoiler. All these teams that you have fighting for gold and the different tag belts, I don't have any of them on either of my two tag team championship matches.
Wow. I mean,
And I've got six total teams.
I have five total teams.
And I have a little like seventh team that's just it's something special.
Okay.
But we
Okay.
will get to that when we get there.
Okay. I'm excited. I'm excited. And we move on to the women's tag division, and WWE clearly has no clue what to do with this. They just throw random teams together, so I thought I'd treat it with the same respect and make two brand new teams.
But boy, this is one that I thought could be a crossover.
Well, it's going to be.
Wait, you said brand new team. Oh, Pepper,
I have
brand
four
new
random
team.
people. Four random people, pretty much.
Oh no. Well, that's okay. Let's hear it.
Okay, we have Team Valkyria and Vakir versus Team Bliss and Grace. I put the teams together before I thought of the similar names. I'm like, Bliss and Grace? That makes sense.
That does actually sound like a team name.
And like, she's small. She needs the big Jordan Grace to take care of her. And the other ones, I don't know. They're just both have great matches and have V last names. So both NXT. I don't know what their history is together, Vakir and Valkyria, but I know that this could be a great match. But It is just wildly thrown together. So more likely than actual teams making it, I think.
I So far, I really like what you've gotten here. You're including a lot of kind of the younger or maybe a little underutilized
Uh,
talent, and I feel like I couldn't, even though I wanted to, I could not get away from booking the same people that always get booked. And I think this would be good, and maybe it will be, but we will see.
we will see. And then we have not a tag team match, or not a tag, yeah, not a tag team, and not a title match. This one, we had a little, I believe it is this one. We had a little crossover with this. And I really still want it to happen. Joe Hendry and Logan Paul need to match up at WrestleMania. I had fantasy booked this when and so did you. Spoiler alert, go back and watch our fantasy booking for WrestleMania 41. That was one wild crossover that we somehow both came up with. This kind of open challenge match happening, and uh, Joe Hendry did show up for an open challenge. So I'm like, maybe that's kind of a running gag until WWE fully acquires him. And he just keeps showing up at WrestleMania. And I think I didn't have anywhere to put Logan Paul, but I'm like, he's got to be on the card. So this is where he fell again against Joe Hendry.
Oh boy, Pepper, you're quickly like marking off potential crossovers. We
Oh,
might not have any crossovers at this point.
oh my.
I do like this match, and I did think about it for half a second. I'm like, maybe it could happen this year. Maybe it makes more sense to happen in 42. But then I had a better place for one of them for sure.
Okay.
The other one, I was like,
He,
yeah, I think it works.
he got both of them, though. He's got both of
I
them.
do have both of them on the card.
Okay, good. I like it. I like it. And then we are back to title matches. We have the U.S. title match. I believe the men's U.S. title match. Just a lot of guys that I love, and I just kind of ended up being like, I don't know what they're gonna do. But then I flash back to WrestleMania 39, that triple threat match, Sheamus, Gunther, Drew, and I'm like, I want one of those types of matches. And this is my big beefy fight. Sheamus, Drew McIntyre, Gunther, kind of those three, and throw in Obafemi, called up from NXT. There's no better place that he could fit than with these three that just deliver constant bangers. And this one could steal the show. And I hope it happens. It's very likely not going to happen. It's a very specific match, but I just didn't know what to do with so many of these guys.
It's incredible that this is for the U.S. title.
That
I mean, I guess, like you said, it was for the Intercontinental when they had their banger triple threat that could have easily been a world championship. It was a world championship caliber match. They still did just as good, even though it was also for a mid card title. Maybe that's after seeing, Gunther get dethroned by half star Jey Uso. Uh, Maybe this is where he belongs. He belongs more in the mid card.
Yeah,
Kind of a bum.
I'm thinking he might run off to SmackDown. He's scared. He can't be on Raw anymore. He's attacking people. Run off there. Go for that mid card title. Then we go on to the Women's United States Championship match, which this one I think might have been the last match I made. I'm like, I had so many women left over. I'm like, I gotta make something. I can't have another triple threat or fatal four-way match. So I just went with the two that I think definitely would make the card, and that is Tiffany Stratton and Liv Morgan. And I thought, why not throw some dirty down shenanigans in here? He may be starting to believe it is Tiffy time, and he might swap to another partner in this one. I don't know if that would be a face turn or heel turn or what the dynamics will be at this point. But needed these two women on the card for sure, and needed Dom on the card. I could not find a place for.
That's, that's where Dirty Dom fits in.
No.
Nice. Yeah, that's a solid one. Yeah, which one? This is for the U.S. Okay, okay.
Okay, okay. Maybe something close to yours, maybe I'm thinking. Oh boy. And then next up is a non-title match, but it does. it's a return. It's a return from injury. I could not have Kevin Owens on the card. And for some reason, I just saw him going against Karrion Kross. I don't know why. I thought of it, I saw it, and I'm like, that's who he's gonna feud. He's gonna come back. He's not gonna go to the main picture, the main title picture. Karrion Kross is gonna start whispering in his ear, maybe saying, "Go back to that evil Kevin Owens you were before you left." And he's like, nah, I'm not doing that. And then they set up a feud, and he gets kind of an AJ style type level match. That's just you forget. You're like, wow, that was the match for Kevin Owens at WrestleMania. Gonna be forgotten, but it'll probably be an all right match. And maybe Karrion Kross has been pushed at this point, and maybe
We can hope.
yeah, maybe he's kind of the guy that the good guys have to face to get up to the main picture. I don't know.
This might be the closest we end up to crossing over.
To crossing over? Oh my God.
It might be
Okay.
because I do have Karrion Cross in a non-title match against someone, and
Okay.
they do happen to be Canadian.
Oh boy, I think I might know. I think I might be able to piece it together. Oh boy. And then we go on to another non-title match, but it's kind of like a war. It's like a civil war. It's a 4v4 Bloodline tag team match. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. That is not what this is. This is the women's WWE Heavyweight Championship match. You're gonna have to think about that one. And
I'm gonna have to.
this is women's heavyweight champion Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley. The match has got to happen. Bianca's like, I ain't forgetting about you, Rhea. And Io kind of got involved last year, and I think they still want to do this match. They're on different brands. It's gonna happen.
Oh boy, I I was tempted to do this match, and I did not.
My goodness,
Even though they might have been hinting at this match happening.
they might have.
I would agree that this is probably a better bet than what I have.
Okay, okay, okay. I don't know how we're gonna have to review this next year and see and find some grading system, some way to react to it.
We each got one. Which
Um,
one is more right?
and then, so then I assume if this is the women's heavyweight, I must not have written down the heavyweight championships. They mean nothing to me in my little paper here. So I assume this is the men's heavyweight championship, and this is going to involve all the Paul Heymanisms and guys, and that is a triple threat match between Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker, and CM Punk. And I don't know who Paul Heyman's going to be with. You could rerun a lot of the shenanigans you did at the night one main event of WrestleMania 41 with Paul Heyman's loyalties and where they lie and low blows galore. Uh, but yeah, I was like, I had Seth and Punk kind of locked in. I was like, I think maybe they go back and they do that again. And I actually had Braun Breaker in the other world title match because I thought maybe they send Ethan Page over for the IC title. They have Seth here in the faction for this title, and maybe they want Braun to go uh, get the other one. But um, I wasn't sure if they'd actually split that much and that the team would still be together. So at least in this, I don't know how we get here. Maybe Braun leaves the group. Maybe Seth leaves the group.
True.
Um, maybe they're fighting. Maybe Punk's taking over the group and both the other guys are out. I don't know. But give Punk another main event and maybe a title.
Yeah, that's a good shout there. And yeah, some of the things you talked about there, I would say are pretty online with maybe what I was thinking and did.
Okay. Okay. I like it. And then I think we might have the 4v4 Bloodline Civil War match. And yes, that is going to be Jacob Fatu and the Usos and yeah, Tama Tonga. versus Solo, a heel Sami Zayn who has turned on Jey Uso when he was champion, Tonga Loa, and Zilla Fatu after
Wow.
he has debuted in WWE 4v4. I don't know. I'm like, these guys still got to be in here. We are not done with the Bloodline shenanigans. I'm guessing Solos cost Fatu the U.S. title at some point,
Wow.
and the Tongas really didn't do anything except the one is more popular, so he split and went with the good guys.
Wow. This is a match. This is a match.
It's the
I
match.
unfortunately I think I the bloodline ended for me.
Okay.
So
I can
but
see that.
they could get it going again. They could get it going. I I don't know if this is the teams I would have put together,
Yeah,
but
I
it
mixed
does
up.
make them seem more fair. Since you put Sami Zayn over there, I think it would be too much if Sami Zayn was in Tonga's place there if those switched.
Yeah. Yeah, I was considering, I'm like, does Fatu go over to like that US title match? Because he's kind of in that picture right now. And I'm like, but then if you remove Fatu, I'm like, he's kind of got the beef with Solo. Then I'm like, maybe Fatu and Solo just match up themselves. And at that point, I didn't have Sammy in there. And I'm like, it's not just going to be Tongas versus the Usos. So it's what I ended up with. That's if that happens, my goodness, I may be the greatest predictor of all time, especially if Zilla Fatu comes out wearing a mask like that.
Exactly.
And then we have the WWE Women's Championship match. We got another triple threat match. And I mean, someone who's going to be in this match, and that is Charlotte Flair. She's going to be defending against Jade Cargill. They kind of had a stare down a little bit recently, and I think we're going to deliver on that with a match. I could see it being a one-on-one, but I also just had a feeling that I could get a one-on-one between Charlotte and Julia from NXT being called up, and she's actually been on Raw a couple weeks now. So I think they might be moving her up to the main roster. She'd probably have to turn face, maybe win the Rumble. I don't know. So I kind of had those two ideas of Jade and Charlotte or Charlotte and Julia. And I just decided to make it a triple threat, and I guess at least then my ideas are down here for the future where I can kind of see, okay, I was thinking maybe something, either of them happens, I'll take it as a win.
Yeah, that definitely would make sense. I had just noticed. I thought about adding Charlotte in my women's title match.
Don't tell me Charlotte's not on the card.
Charlotte is not on my card.
Well, she must have
She's got the
reasonably got
go-away
me.
heat, and it finally paid off.
Wow.
Maybe she gets injured.
That's true, maybe. Or maybe she just got up to 20 title reigns in that time and just retired.
That's
Ah,
true. I
no.
could see adding. I think I was debating adding her to this one, but then it would make it like my fifth triple threat match. So I'm like, well, too bad.
Wow. That is no
It's
Charlotte.
an interesting combo here. But yeah, you
I
have
don't know if it
interaction.
works as a triple threat, but I like
Yeah,
the individual matches. But we'll see. We'll see. I have only seen like two Julia matches, so she's probably a terrible match for Charlotte. I don't know. And then we move on to the WWE Undisputed Universal Heavyweight Championship of the World. And that is a classic match. Everyone wants the match that Braun Breaker kind of wanted, but he got put in the other match. And that is Cody Rhodes, probably having defeated John Cena and taken the championship. And Randy Orton, a lot of history between these guys. And I think it'd just be time to pull the trigger on this one, kind of get a nice big feud to I don't know, just get it back after the John Cena thing. It might not be as exciting. I think this would pump some excitement into it. And maybe Randy's the one that has the championship at this point. Maybe Cody Rhodes is heel and has the championship, and maybe he joined John Cena and sold his soul. I don't know what's going on, but this
true.
match got to happen at some point, and if it's available here, make it happen.
Yeah, I almost had these guys in a match together, not against each other, but um, I did almost have them in a match, and then it just petered out. It petered out. Randy had to go his own way somewhere else, and
Hmm.
then Cody was in my final match that I made. So we almost did not have Cody or Charlotte on my card.
Oh my goodness, no Cody, no Charlotte. That that'd be something, but at least you got Cody. At least you got Cody.
That's true. I think I know you've got one match left.
Yes, I did not say that was the main event.
I
If
think I know what this last
and
match might be.
I was considering for this night one main event from WrestleMania 41, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, CM Punk, I was like, why don't we just redo that next year? The same exact match, but for the world title. And I really wanted to do that, but I'm like, if The Rock is available, they are 100% going to pull the trigger on Roman Reigns versus The Rock. So it's just, if he's available, this is going to happen. So I had to bet on it. I had to predict it and cover my bases for the maybe 1% chance that Dwayne is not busy. But maybe it ends up, maybe he can't make it. Maybe it's just Roman Reigns versus Travis Scott or something equally good to that.
Yeah, this is for some reason this match didn't come across my mind, but I think your reasoning is good. I mean, they're only going to have so many more years, I think, to do this, even regardless of Dwayne's schedule. I mean, he's getting older, and I don't know that Roman wants to continue wrestling forever, but I suppose Roman's going to show up at WrestleMania, I think, for quite a few more years. He just might not be. He'll be like The Undertaker, where he starts showing up around Royal Rumble time or something, sets up his feud
Yeah.
sometimes throughout the year. Um, might have something like that. But yeah, I think if they have the option, this is probably a good bet. If
Yeah.
they're both available,
Yeah.
might as well because it doesn't really feel like Roman has to be in the title picture
No. No.
currently.
I agree. I agree. I mean, I'd probably rather have just redo WrestleMania 41, have him in that triple threat, but um 'cause I don't know. I don't know what this match would be like. I mean, Rowan isn't known for, well, he has great matches, but they're that slow burn match. And I think kind of when they had their tag team match, I think it was like 50 minutes long. But when they get to be kind of those bruisers beating down the smaller guys, I think it really works. I don't know these two if I'd actually look forward to the match itself, but the
Yeah.
story hopefully would be fantastic. I don't know. I don't know if I feel it's going to happen. We'll see. I don't know if anyone knows, but that is what I'm going with.
Yeah. Well, hate to break it to you, Pepper. We did not match on any of them.
Well, you're gonna have to throw Charlotte in there and also match up, switch some things around and match up with me.
I'm gonna have to switch some things up for sure. Um, yeah, some hints of some things that you had, but not quite. And I would say overall, I think you're more likely to have correct picks than I am.
Okay, even with
I
all
think I maybe fantasy booked a little bit on some of them.
even with the Bliss and Grace, just random teams thrown together, huge man matches.
Okay, I think I have a pretty good one for that women's tag. I think this
Okay,
one could happen. I think
okay.
that one I might have a better chance than you, but
You are gonna eat your words in 1 year,
I
and
probably will.
Bliss and Grace
This
Mania, one running wild.
mine makes too much sense. So yeah, I will be eating my words. Um,
That is
but
true.
yeah, I thought those are some good picks. I think that would be a pretty good WrestleMania if we got that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. Yeah, comment below. What of these matches did you like the most? What are your predictions, or what do you want to happen at WrestleMania 42? And you can book the whole year up till then if you want to in the comments below. But otherwise, stick around to find Zach's to hear his predictions for WrestleMania 42. But as always, thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to keep on nibbling on that WWE popcorn.